Hi, Pre-L students. We are starting a unit on probability, and this first lesson is going to be really short. There are two different types of probabilities that you need to know. So the first one is called theoretical probability. Theoretical probability is what should occur in an experiment. Okay, so theoretical, think of the word theory, like in theory, ideally, if all things go right, this is what should happen. Okay, so theoretical probability is what should occur in a probability experiment. Then the second type is called experimental probability. This is what actually occurs in an experiment, and we do need to conduct that experiment many times. Okay, so experimental, we actually do the experiment and we do that experiment several times, and we figure out what actually happened, and that's our experimental probability. Okay, so theoretical, in theory, what should happen. Experimental, we do the experiment and it's what actually happened. Okay, so one note about that, it is very unlikely that your experimental probability matches the theoretical probability exactly. Okay, it is going to end up different. But you can make it more likely that the two match by conducting your experiment a lot of times. Okay, so if you calculate your theoretical probability of something, that is what should happen. But then you actually do your experiment. If you only do your experiment once or twice or just a few times, it's not really going to end up the same, most likely. Okay, but if we do that experiment 20, 50, 100 times, as we do that experiment more and more, it should get closer and closer to our theoretical probability. Okay, so those are the two types of probabilities to know. And in the next video, we will talk about what those experiments are and how to actually find those probabilities.